Hello, everyone.
Hey, everybody. How's it going today?
If you don't already know, my name is Kathy.
My name is Tom.
And we are the Marvelous Donohues.
Marvel heads. Welcome.
Welcome indeed. Listen, if it's this... I know. Okay, you guys.
No editing here.
I know that sounds strange, but we just want to be more natural.
That's right.
So if you're new here, we're totally... lightly edited. We are
highly seasoned.
Highly seasoned. A good one, Tom. We are a Disney Plus Marvel review show, and that's what we do here on the Marvelous Donohues. But if you tune in starting the first weekend in August, we will also be debuting the Marvelous Donohue Life. And on that channel, we'll be talking about our everyday lives, our beginning of the expat process, the trips that we'll be going on, and lots more that is more about our lives here in the big city, and not about Marvelous Donohue reviews or Disney Plus reviews, but we'll be doing the plus. We'll be on this station.
We'll wear two different hats.
Yes,
Marvel
we will.
Review hat and Marvelous Donohue, hey, what's going on hat.
Yes,
Which
yes.
are both fun hats to wear, by the way.
They are. And again, if this is your sort of thing that you want to know more about the Marvelous Donohue Life, please like and subscribe. And we're going to be starting that new channel, but like here anyway, because we're going to be doing the Disney Plus reviews, like we said last week, with Miss Marvel. And we've been watching it, you guys, and we are excited.
It's such a fun show.
It
and
is.
If you haven't started watching the series, as if you missed our last video, which we hope you have not, please start watching that show.
Yes.
And then we can talk about it in August.
Right. We're definitely going to start talking about it in
That's
August.
right.
And today we're just going to be giving our impressions and our thoughts of La Paz, and if this is a place that we could see ourselves living when Tom retires.
That's right, for our forever home,
Yes.
perhaps. So we'll go into that today.
Yes, let's get started, Tom.
So we're going to start talking about different subjects. So the first one is environment, and we're going to kind of include transportation. I thought that the environment was very friendly. It is a sea town or beach town.
Beach town.
And we enjoyed it very much. Transportation was not bad. It had walkability was great.
Yes.
They had a La Playa bus, which is a beach bus, so it goes to most of the major beaches. And we went to Tecolote
Yes.
on it, and that was great. And it goes around town and such, so there were a lot of different other buses. And walkability, like I said, was great. What did you think?
I thought that that it was a good place. I love the environment. But one thing that I didn't like, it reminded me of when we lived in Texas.
Oh, yes.
That, listen, you guys, we went at the hottest time of the year, and we felt it during the day.
Yes,
Okay?
yes.
And that's what I'll say. During the day, it got really hot. I think it was like the 80s.
It was 90s, and I think it got to 100 a few times, too.
I don't know. I don't think it ever got
At least
to
high
100.
90s, yeah.
Yeah, high 90s. Never into the hundreds. I'll say 96, maybe some days, to 98. Maybe, you know. And that's on the high end. But it is, like they say, a dry heat.
Right.
So it is intense, but it's not as humid,
Right.
you know.
It's not like Arizona. When I lived out in
Right.
Arizona, it's all dry heat, and you can still do stuff, but we found that we spent more time maybe indoors between
during the
maybe
day.
11 or 12 to like 6 or 7.
Yeah, at least until 5,
Yeah.
because that's when at 5, because of its location, the temperature would drop dramatically. People, I'm talking about
10 or 20 degrees.
Yeah.
It was 90, and then it went down to 72, and you're like, this is great.
Yeah, it was great in the evening, and that's when all the families come out,
Yes.
and everybody's walking on the Malecon and
Which is a
eating ice
boardwalk,
cream.
by the way.
Yes, this is the boardwalk. That they're walking on the Malecon and they're having a really good time. So for me, the environment, it was really good. And Tom talked about rating it. For us, the environment, I would say for friendliness and stuff, I would say 9 or 10. You know, we did have a few things that I didn't like, but people were very friendly. But as far as the weather, for me, it's just a little too warm during the day. And I like doing stuff during the day, you guys. But at night, when that temperature dropped, everybody was out.
You can't replace that. And the sunsets are awesome.
Gosh, awesome. And I'll talk a little bit about transportation. You can get around. There's something, of course, they have Uber, and then what's that other one? DD. We weren't able to get that, but I hear it works well.
DD is like Lyft or Uber.
Yeah.
But I think the tip we give people is that you should try to sign up for it while you're here. Because you got to get a text message and some other stuff.
And we were able to receive the text message with our phone from being so far away, but our phone worked great there. We have T-Mobile, not sponsored, but it worked great. And there's several different types of transportation that along the Malecon, you can rent bikes and ride bikes anywhere. So in certain areas, it's very bike friendly. Walkability is great. I would say 8 or 9 as far as that's concerned. And then also there's these little white minivan like buses.
Right.
We didn't learn how those worked as much, but we hear there are only a few pesos and they go all over La Paz. So transportation, you have it. I don't feel like you need a car there, you know, and it's easy to get around because even in Centro and further out, you can take an Uber and it's not that expensive.
I think the only thing else I would say is kind of a negative was that the sidewalks are kind of jaggy. I think one of the jokes we made was, you know, step up, step down, step. You have to watch your foot movements because
you have to
we
watch
don't want you guys. You go over there to visit. We don't want you to get hurt. So.
Right, yeah. So you do have to watch your foot movements because the uneven pavement. And I think you hear this a lot through different reviews where people are telling you, hey, a little uneven pavement. Like here in the city where we live, we have to do the same thing.
Yeah, we do.
Not as much, but there is some uneven pavement there. And Tom, what's the other one? Cost of living.
Cost of living. So I'll dispel some myths. There are I'll start off with no shortages of any kind in Mexico. Up here in the United States, there's tampon shortages. There's baby formula shortages, meat, whatever. Nothing like that down in Mexico.
Right. For right now, when we were in La Paz, the time we were there, because I know people are going to be like, oh, well, there's shortages, whatever. It wasn't any when we were there. We visited several grocery stores, one large market and one small one, and the shelves were full. Right.
And I would say in terms of cost, just generally on average, it was probably about half as much, half as expensive to buy a standard purchase of groceries.
Right.
Where we would spend $100, around $100 up here in the United States, we'd spend probably maybe 40 or 50 down there.
Yeah, I think we spent $35.
Exactly.
And if we can find that receipt, we'll put it in here. Yeah. We spent about $35, and
we went to 2 different stores. So one was like a Mercado, which is a regular market, and then another one was like more of a supermarket.
So. It was a large, name brand supermarket there. And they have several really nice supermarkets there. One looks like a Whole Food or a Giant or Wegmans. And I think that too, I want to dispel those myths that when people hear about Mexico or La Paz or different things, it's just like, a lot of the stuff that you hear, from just totally our perspective, when we went there, I was like, man, they got everything here. Went to this grocery store, they've got everything. They do. It's not as much, and people were wonderful. You're gracious, helping us find what we need, and we were grateful for that. So as you know already, the cost of living is less, and that's one of the reasons why we're seeking to expatriate, because we want a cost of living that's more
affordable
for us, you know. And as we get older, we don't want to have to work till we're like 75 or whatever,
85,
you know,
whatever.
Just to buy the minimum,
right?
You
and
know,
one thing I will tell you, just as an asterisk or a caveat on this, is we didn't really delve into. We did a little bit. We didn't delve into like home buying and apartment rentals and things like that. This one, we did look at some of. They have storefronts where they've got like posted.
Yes. Well, and we did. So I guess
saw some.
Yeah, we didn't dive into it, but we were able to look, and it is less expensive.
Yeah, it is.
It is less. We saw
you get more for your money.
More for your money. We saw several condos and townhouses in La Paz for sale for like 160, 170 is less. Housing was less, and you can watch other videos, and it is less, and that's one of the reasons why we're moving.
And it is a promising landscape. They're doing a lot of rebuilding, or they're a lot doing upgrading of different areas. There's one that's and not to confuse anybody, but there's some more affluent houses up in the mountains. I guess we'll call it the hills,
right?
And,
which isn't too far from the central of town, and that's one of the
everything's
reasons.
Centrally located, I would say.
And that's one of the reasons why we decided to go there and look, because of the walkability and everything being so close. So, and like Tom's saying, there are some new condos and renovations and things that are coming, but it doesn't seem to spoil the charm and the aspect of the free living there, because we were, if you go back to one of our old videos where we're doing our condo tour, that up-to-date condo is right next to someone that has a rooster that crows every day.
That's right. We had an alarm clock on vacation, so how fun was that? It wasn't bad.
Yeah, it wasn't. But the thing of it is that, you know, there's not like a big HOA association, which will be stopping people from building new stuff. But for what we saw, you know, and there's always some exceptions, that people that lived there before the new condos are still living there now and enjoying their same life. You know, the guy with the roosters and the field and the mini garden is still right next door to a person that has a, you know, $150,000, $200,000 home, or, you know. So that's the one thing that we liked about it, that there is some new growth coming, but their laws are set up in a way that it's not pushing out the people that are already there. If they don't want to have that sort of condo, they can still keep their regular house, which is great, and still enjoy all of the amenities before the construction started.
Yeah,
but
everybody is commingled, I guess we'll call it. They're all grouped with everybody, so
which is good.
It's nice, and that's what we like about genuine, and that's what we're looking for in our forever home. Is we're looking for being around real people.
Right. Real people, great people, the cultural aspect of wherever we end up moving. And we're not moving there to change the people that are there. We're moving there because we want to be a part of that culture, that atmosphere, and that community, which we felt very, very welcome. And what was on our next list, Tim?
The thing I had, healthcare.
Right.
We haven't delved too much into this subject, but we know that there's public and private healthcare you can get while you're in Mexico.
Yes.
So as we research some of that, we will in future videos talk more about that.
Yes, and while we were there, of course, everyone goes to Mexico for dental cleanings and crowns. And I wish I had been there a little bit longer because I would have got some work done.
We were looking for dentists.
We were, and it is inexpensive to pay out of pocket if you don't know that. You know, we were there for 2 weeks, and I wish that first week I had gone to the dentist and had the work that needs to be done that's going to be thousands of dollars here. I told Tom, for real people, I think like I may go take a dental vacation by myself. Seriously. There's a video, if we can find it, we'll link it, where this young lady went to Turkey to get her dental care done, because here in the U.S. it was going to be almost $5,000. Her ticket to Turkey, her week stay in Turkey, plus the dental work was $3,600 versus the 3,600 or less, I think. We'll see if we can find that. But dental care and health care here in America is becoming beyond our reach.
Yeah, and especially as we retire, and this is one thing we'll talk about in future videos, is we retire, it's getting too expensive to live here as a retiree.
Right. And in the same way that we're living now. And you guys, our home is modest. You know, we'll be on the straight up with you. I always like to keep it 100. We brought our home as a repossession, or we would never be able to live in this large city. You know, we don't say where we live, but people that know, y'all know where we live, okay? And but it's hard for us to afford things as far as homes. You know, it's by grace of God that we live in here now, that we were able to find this repo, start fixing it up, use our VA loans, because my husband and I are both military veterans. Cool. And, I'm a disabled military veteran. And, there's some caveats that come with that. And we're going to talk about that, too, on the Marvelous Donohue Life, about how we are looking to relocate somewhere where there's a military post where I can make sure that I'm getting medical care. Tom served in the war, so he's entitled to medical care on the post. And we're just, there's a lot that's going to be coming on, you guys. We don't want to bore you with that. We'll talk about that more when we talk about the Marvelous Donohue Life. How it works with us. How do we get VA? How do what goes on when you're a disabled veteran, and what kind of life that you can lead? Because you guys, I feel very healthy most of the time, and and I feel blessed. I have a husband that helps me when I'm not feeling my best. And now I'm able to be a part of the VA system, thanks to just people helping me get things done. So I'm very grateful. You guys know who you are, that have been helping me out at the VA, that have been making sure that I'm just getting everything done that I need to get done to keep me healthy and happy, and just moving around, you guys. And
that's the important thing. I'll say this in kind of closing, then we'll finish up with healthcare. But the biggest thing about traveling to a new country is to make sure you're healthy.
Yeah.
Make sure you're healthy as you possibly can be. Walking.
Yes.
And I hate to say be like Rocky, but basically put some Rocky music on and start walking a lot. Yeah. Because when you go to these towns, and like I said, La Paz, it's far easier to walk.
Yes.
Than to necessarily always take a Lyft or an Uber or a DD or something like that. So be as healthy as you can, and also mentally and spiritually and physically. And if you get those things in training now, you're going to be far more ready, as I tell her, be prepared for the opportunity when you can leave.
Well, and you guys, I don't know if you noticed or not,
I did.
To prepare for us leaving, plus just becoming healthier, I have trimmed down some. I've had some inspirations online, just people talking to me, and just doing intermittent fasting, and we'll talk about that too.
Doing a lot of praying too.
Yeah. Yeah, because when you're more just when you're healthier, you feel better. It's not about everything looking better, but you do look better, but you feel better, and when you start eating healthier, living life better, moving around more, it just shows through. Yeah. But I'll talk about that more too next month, about how I lost the weight and how I'm feeling better and looking better, and just enjoying life more. But you guys, let's move on. We're going to go to the activities.
Let's wrap up with some fun stuff. Okay, activities. I'll start off with as everybody, a lot of times in the video starts off Malecon, the boardwalk. They've got a bike lane.
Yes.
You can rent bikes and go bike up and down. The other popular ones are longboards, which are like long skateboards,
you guys,
which my wife wants one.
I think I do, you guys. I think I want to do it because I seen this older guy. You know, he was a senior and he would be out every night going up and down the Malecon on one of those longboards. I know that, you know, that it's crazy, but I'm like, if I could just, you know, learn how to do it. I can't do it all the time because of, you know, abilities, you know, with my injury when I was in the military. But maybe, you know, that I could do it a little bit. I was just like, I want to do this. Let's do it.
Let's do it. And the other ones are roller skates are popular. And believe it or not, rollerblades, which I hadn't seen in quite a while. I got rid of mine about 10 years ago. And I don't know, I got addicted. I was like, hey, I'm thinking of buying some new ones and skating down the Malecon. You know, we didn't do it, but I'm thinking about it.
I wanted to. And like Tom said, there was bike rentals. So every night on the Malecon, there is something going on. But right quick, you guys, they have a cultural scene there, plays. We went to the museum.
And we'll cover some of that in our next video.
Yeah.
So
or no, the video before this.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
We'll cover it.
Yeah. So you will see it. We'll put some pictures in here. We won't make it too long, but we'll add some of the pictures and things from the cultural center. And they have plays and stuff you can get involved in.
Flamenco dancing.
Yes.
I think I was going to do a little.
I don't know if that's flamenco or not, but I liked it.
I think I just got sick. No, I'm all right. But the other thing I'll say is that this may go back to like environmental, but as everybody asks, and we'll just tell you now, it is very safe down there in Mexico.
We felt safe.
They have the every night on the Malecon, which of course is where things can jump off and things can get crazy, people drinking or whatever. The federales, the constabulary, the people, they're actually literally in vehicles driving up and down and down the boardwalk,
right?
And there's people are safe.
Yeah, and there's a lot of friendly federales or police officers there, and they're walking along the Malecon. And one thing I did notice, which I really like, there's a lot of female police officers there.
Yeah, who are equally, I'm going to say it as a male, equally tough as nails.
Yeah, I don't know that, but you know, they're very friendly.
They are.
Very friendly, very accommodating, and we needed help or anything like that. It was just a really,
you know, a lot of times
approachable.
you don't feel people are approachable, but they are.
They were indeed. And activities, we know, beaches.
That's right.
The Malecon, they have small beaches where you can go out and swim there. It's safe.
They have athletic equipment on the beach, so if you want to do some like elliptical and stuff like that, you could do that. Pull-ups, I did a few. Still feeling it in my arms. But they have that. That volleyball is very big. In fact, after we left, they had a volleyball tournament we missed.
I know, right?
So,
I know.
If you like outdoors, and if you like sailing, you like water sports, you like things like that, it is a great place. And we're not big wave people, so not the waves are not that big because it's in the bay. It's like the Sea of Cortez, the bay, the Gulf of California. So it's not that.
Right.
Hazardous.
And there's tons of beaches around. Like we were talking about, there's one that we could literally walk to across the street from our condo and then walk to up the street or bike. And those were beautiful beaches, but let me tell you, the water was still cold in July. It was cold.
I went to Coromule, El Playa Coromule, and El Playa Tecolote.
Right, and we'll insert pictures for that too, so you guys can see that. But you guys, to sum it all up, we had a great 2 weeks there. It is a livable city. It's a really nice city. The people are friendly. Like I said, the only reason why we wouldn't be retiring there would be because of the weather. But you know, we'll never say never. You know, that could be a place that we go spend a few months at. Not in the heat of July or June rather, but more more throughout the year, because as you'll see if you watch Miles and Coffee, where Beverly, it's beautiful, beautiful weather when it is miserable, rain and cold here. We are looking for a place in particular that the season is pleasant all around.
That's right.
And our next trip, you guys, we're planning on going to Guadalajara to check it out, because it is a very nice city.
In Mexico. And then we're going to Spain. I think our next trip's Spain, right?
The next trip will be Mexico and then Spain, probably.
All right.
It depends on, the Rona. We trying to, figure all that out. But we still want to go travel, because you know what, you guys, Tom's got about 3.5, 4 years, depending on what's going on. And we want to be prepared. Prepared for the opportunity to expat. We're still working on our money situation. You know how that is. But we're thrifty people. We don't need a lot. We want a very nice place. We want a safe place. We want a place where we can walk around, that we don't need a car, just like we have now. You guys, we've been living in this city for almost 7 years without a car, and you don't need one.
What I would say, too, in traveling, just as a tip or strategy, is if you want to find the best of all possible temperatures and the worst, go visit these places that you may be thinking about at the height of summer and the depth of winter.
Yes.
And that'll help you figure out, like, well, is this too cold? Is this too hot? And that's what we kind of did. We lucked into that by going in June, and we what's the phrase? We covered a lot of bases quickly, so we can make a decision a little quicker.
We did, because I like warm, but I don't like steamy hot. And some people like that, and it wasn't bad. Don't get me wrong, but I want to be able to go out during the day too and do things. That 3 months, because people had said, well, listen, you don't have to live there June, July, and August. You can do something else. You'll be retired. And they're absolutely right. They're absolutely right. And that could be a possibility. But for right now, we're still on the hunt. We have a few more places we want to go. While we're in Spain a year from now, good Lord's willing, when we go to Spain, we're also going to be looking into Portugal, because right now that is hot. And the tax breaks are good. So we'll need those too.
Hot in terms of just exciting, not necessarily temperature-wise.
No. So we're going to be, when we're in Spain, we're going to go to Portugal. We're going to look at Porto. We're going to look at Lisbon, and just different things, you guys. But the only thing about that too, really quickly, is that speaking Portuguese, we have someone here in the city that said that they would teach us and be our tutors, but you guys, I don't know if I can get it. I'm serious. I've heard that language, and I'm like, what did you just say? It's Tom and I are learning Spanish, so we're gonna get back on that train, and I think that's as close as I'm gonna get. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Portuguese. I don't know.
We'll keep you posted on that.
We will keep you posted. But you guys, we have talked your ear off, but we just want to let you know that we had a wonderful time in La Paz.
And if you have any questions, as you comment, like, subscribe, ring that bell for notifications for videos. Comment. Tell us if you've been to La Paz, what you thought, or if you're thinking about going to La Paz. If you have any questions about it, we're here for you.
Yes. We are. And we'll give you whatever limited 2-week knowledge that we have.
That's right.
But what I'll say to you, do your research.
Exactly.
Go explore and see if it's right for you,
Yeah, watch other YouTube videos.
That's right.
That's how we did it. That's how we connected with Beverly and other country collectors.
Yes.
They're really neat.
Yeah,
neat
they
bunch.
are. Country collectors, they talk
Heidi
about.
and Adam there are great. And who else do we had a bunch of other people we
watched.
Nomadic Wonder.
Yes, we watched them too.
We watched a couple other people. But anyway, just you know what to do. Just Google, just search in YouTube La Paz.
Yeah.
Traveling to La Paz, living in La Paz, and you'll get a plethora. You get a whole bunch of people.
Yes.
You'll get a whole bunch of people that are going to give you some knowledge.
Yeah, and that's what's
but
all
research. Just don't go by what we tell you.
Yeah.
Do your own research.
Do your own research.
Ask those tough questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys, we want you to just think about. We've given you a lot to think about, a lot to talk about. Please like, subscribe, and comment. What do you think? If you've been to La Paz, let us know. And that's all we have for now. We've talked your ear off. I hope you enjoyed this video. And
enjoy the if you haven't watched the Beverly video, please go back and watch that. She's a great lady.
Yes.
And a perception changer.
Yes, she is. And we hope that you've enjoyed this series as us traveling to La Paz and getting ready to spin off to our new channel, the Marvelous Donohue Lives, the new Expat in Life version.
Coming to you soon.
Coming to you soon. The first weekend in August, okay? We hope to see you there on our new station and right here again when we start with Miss Marvel. We will see you next time, you guys, and have a good day.
Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye for now.